What a contrast in terms of royal news today. The word that we have been waiting for so long to hear came this afternoon when Catherine, the Princess of Wales, following a visit to the Royal Marsden Hospital.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the latest controversy surrounding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Renowned royal biographer Angela Levin has slammed the couple, accusing them of breaking California state laws,
which she announced was the place that she had received her own cancer treatment, revealed that she is now in remission. And of course, the way Catherine played out today's events was pitch perfect. It was exactly how a dignified member of the royal family should behave, with class, with dignity, in an organized manner, and not trying to cash in on other people's tragedy. But meanwhile, the news back in California just gets worse for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. It has now emerged that this desperate and deranged couple may have actually broken Californian state law on their disaster tourism visit to the LA wildfires. Now, you can imagine, because Harry and Meghan have absolutely no class, they have decided to hit back at the Hollywood elite in this, I would say, unfortunate attempt to salvage their rock bottom reputation. So, of course, they've run straight to their friends at the New York Post and the mainstream media, with a source exclusively telling Page Six it's offensive to Harry and Meghan that anybody would think this is merely a photo opportunity. The source says Meghan is not just a tourist, and her heart is completely broken for all the lives that have been lost and for those whose homes have been destroyed in these fires. They claim that Harry and Meghan invested significant time and resources, have donated money and essential hours, volunteering long before the media even caught wind of their involvement. Whatever. What absolute BS. We know that Harry and Meghan briefed the media
during their recent visit to the LA fire zones. Were they genuinely trying to help, or was this just another PR stunt gone wrong? And more importantly, did they actually break the law? Stick around, because we're breaking it all down. But first, if you love deep dives into royal drama and breaking news, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.
Because there was no way that TMZ would have captured those pictures looking through the home of some poor, hapless Californian who just lost everything. That obviously prompted the main criticism, which got the mainstream media involved in this, from the actress Justine Bateman from Family Ties. And they're even now attacking this woman, a source close to Harry and Meghan with knowledge of their visit to the Pasadena Convention Center, accusing Bateman of mischaracterizing what went on, telling the New York Post Justine's claim is not only sad, it is also ill-informed, and trying to say it was just a complete coincidence that all the TV cameras happened to be there, and that the moment Harry and Meghan thought that they were not being filmed, they happened to just walk by the poor hapless souls who had just lost everything and were sitting there in wheelchairs. The moment they thought they weren't being filmed. A reminder of what Justine Bateman wrote, by the way. She said, Meghan and Harry are no better than ambulance chasers. What a repulsive photo op they achieved. They are touring the damage. Are they politicians now? They don't live here. They are tourists. Disaster tourists. Now it emerges that that sick and unnecessary visit from Harry and Meghan, looking through the rubble of someone's home, possibly without permission, may have broken the law. From Sonia Patterson on X, what Harry and Meghan did was illegal. Somebody should tell their people to tell them they aren't above the law of California. And this is all as a result of the fact that the Californian Fire Department had posted on X a reminder to the Californian media that according to state law, this is the Penal Code 409.5, which does grant media access to declared disaster areas, it does not extend to private property or federal lands. It says, please respect private property owners and the law by avoiding private property and or federally designated areas, including private roads, when covering stories. And Steph, the altar nerd, dug into this.
California has been dealing with devastating wildfires with homes destroyed and families displaced. Emergency responders are working around the clock and access to affected areas is heavily restricted for safety reasons. Amid this crisis, Meghan and Harry made an appearance, reportedly touring the destruction, offering hugs and handing out supplies. Sounds helpful, right? Well, not everyone sees it that way, because now...
And found out that subsection C of this law says that any unauthorized person could also have committed a misdemeanor, which means not only was Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's disaster tourism to try and save their reputations in the wake of the LA wildfires completely gross, completely revolting in so many ways, it could also have been illegal. Prince Harry's biographer, Angela Levin, joins me now live. Angela, this is just horrifying, isn't it? What were they thinking?
Well, they weren't thinking, that's it, really. I think they realized that this was a wonderful occasion to score a few bits of publicity, or even that Meghan was needed to organize things. I mean, she's so strange with the way she feels that she's needed, that if she went along there and sort of looked after everybody, pretended to look after, gave them a few hugs, told them, how sympathetic she was. And in the meantime, I don't know where she said that she didn't have a photographer. They did ask for a photographer to come along. And so you get the pictures where you can't see them at all. And then suddenly she turns to the camera, as we know Meghan always does, and snap, there it is. She got that line of people, so she would be in the middle. Who is she? She's nothing to do with LA. She's nothing to do with fires. And she should have kept her mouth shut and not go. I mean, to come 90 miles when you can actually do nothing except give somebody a quick hug or a bottle of water, you are more nuisance than you're worth, because people are stretched to the absolutely beyond their means to get things going and keep things going. And then you get someone who comes in who actually tries to organize things so that...
They're being accused of using the disaster as a photo opportunity rather than a genuine relief effort. Here's where things get serious. Reports suggest that the couple may have entered restricted disaster zones without proper authorization, which could be a violation of California's Penal Code 409.5. This law allows media access to disaster areas.
She is the number one. I mean, it's just astonishing to watch. And there is Harry, who doesn't know what to do. And so he just stands there looking sort of gormless. And he's just lost. And they're thinking, what's he waving behind? Why are they holding hands? If my husband...
It's about you. It's not about you, Harry.
Yes, but if you are with a husband and you go off and they leave you month after month after month, and you say you want to live a very different life where you're going one way, they're going the other way, and then you clutch hands, what does that mean? That's a nonsense, isn't it? And it's an inappropriate place. You don't want to sort of be romantic when you're walking out of such a terrible area. You're there for yourself. So I think she's done very, very badly on this, because she didn't think, wow, gosh, let's get there. It's wonderful. She did some years ago, I was 21, I think. She went after 19 children had been murdered, and she went there and she had three photographers there and took lots of photographs of her, bending down and looking very upset. The parents were absolutely furious, and they would be here. It's their problem. Let's concentrate on what it is. It's not her. Nobody wants her. She's got no skills in that area. So get away. You don't want to take the time of people there to, instead of let them getting on with what the job is. It's a huge job. So don't go, don't interfere. King Charles does that. If he knows something is happening, he waits until people calm down a bit and they realize they do want him. He doesn't want to go there and be a nuisance. She went there and she was a nuisance. Not that she's got to be compared to somebody so magnificent, but I mean, she thinks she is very, very significant, and somebody should actually tell her, and she should listen.
Hollywood.
But it does not extend to private property or federal lands. If Meghan and Harry were in areas they weren't supposed to be in, they could have actually committed a misdemeanor. And guess what? According to reports, they had a photographer with them, which only fueled speculation that this visit was more about PR than actual relief work.
Well, indeed, and so many people are telling her. I mean, Harry Grey Suits, I was struck by this post on X, which said that LA is on fire. People have lost everything, their homes, loved ones, pets, and these two disaster tourists are taking a damn group photo and smiling too. Parasites. And my good friend Meghan Kelly, she was utterly livid. Angela, utterly livid. Should we just have a little look at what Meghan had to say?
Don't blame her. She's marvellous.
She really
saying
is.
What she thinks.
Well, let's have a look.
These absolute cretins decide to inject themselves into the devastation in Los Angeles for one reason: to get their faces back on camera and to improve their image. They want people to think well of them, so they decide, what they really need? Us. What they need is us. And honestly, Stu, you go there, you don't make a mention, no, you don't get caught on camera, nobody knows what you did. That maybe that's one thing, although with these two, no. But no, they made sure that they got on camera. They made sure that their names got in the press. And that was the name of the game. First of all, I got one other thing. When you're actually a member of the royal family, Harry and the British population answers to you, sort of, they're your subjects. Maybe they do need to see you during times of tragedy. You're in America now, and we don't give a shit about you. You're not our fucking prince. You'll never be king. We hate your wife. Stay at home in your $29 million mansion, all right? Stop getting off on the trauma porn of real suffering in Los Angeles. It's ridiculous. It's offensive. And don't take my word for it. Go and follow the X feed of our friend Justine Bateman, who just went off on these, what did she call them? Disaster opportunists, which is exactly right. Disaster tourists.
Royal expert Angela Levin did not hold back on this. She slammed Meghan and Harry, calling their visit tone deaf, and even suggesting that their actions were reckless. She pointed out how real leadership is about quietly helping, not making sure cameras are rolling.
I agree with every word, Angela. I think Meghan she's captured what Americans feel about this.
Yes. And why doesn't she got it yet? Why can't she understand it? I mean, it's ridiculous that she still won't take any notice and won't try and make herself a bit different so that she doesn't push in and decide that she is absolutely perfect and everyone should listen to her and look at her and feel that she's the global winner of all kind. It's just extraordinary that she hangs on to that. And yet another part of her is incredibly nervous and jumping around and looking this way and that way. When she saw Harry speaking to someone and she turned around 2 or 3 times, looked at him and then grabbed him and he stopped. She's very insecure, but on the other hand, she's very...
Yeah, look at his face here, Angela. This was the other thing. It's like, oh my goodness, you're even bringing your marriage problems into this tragedy. They couldn't even pretend to be united.
No, Harry doesn't, does he? Harry doesn't. It's a very, very sad face, and that's not actually the sort of face because someone's home is burning. It's a sort of face that, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do about all this.
Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you have to say. And before you go, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.